So CBS officially pulled the 60 Minutes investigation into CCOT, the Salvadorian prison that I've called out many times. They were going to officially report on the brutal conditions, including torture and abuse. It says here that 60 Minutes also cross-referenced internal government records with domestic and international court filings, news reports, and arrest records, and their analysis found no criminal records for 75% of the imprisoned migrants. 75%. This is major. What we were trying to tell you before was officially going to be broadcast on air. The segment was scheduled, promoted, and cleared through legal and editorial reviews, but then pulled just hours before broadcast. This is a big deal. When a network shelves a completed investigation into alleged abuse connected to government policy, this is putting it lightly, but it's not good. Journalism isn't supposed to be easy or safe. It's supposed to tell the truth when people in power would rather it stay quiet. Holding this story back raises serious questions about independence and accountability, and obviously freedom of the press. This is straight up corporate censorship. This weakens the press, it betrays sources who risk their lives to speak up, and it obviously deprives the public of truth. Something that has been happening a lot this year, if you haven't noticed. Looking at you, conveniently half-assed released redacted to hell and magically overnight deleted Epstein files. A press that only publishes what's safe isn't free. Journalism that backs down at the points of abusers' discomfort stops being journalism. And if completed investigations can be buried, the public loses its last line of defense against abuse of power. Sharon Alfonsi, the journalist on this investigation, released this statement afterwards, obviously frustrated. She said, "I learned on Saturday that Barry Weiss spiked our story inside CCOT, which was supposed to air tonight. We asked for a call to discuss her decision. She did not afford us that courtesy and opportunity. Our story was screened 5 times and cleared both CBS attorneys and standards and practices. It is factually correct. In my view, pulling it now after every rigorous internal check has been met is not an editorial decision, it is a political one." They apparently requested responses from DHS, the White House, etc., and they said their refusal to be interviewed is a tactical maneuver designed to kill the story. If the administration's refusal to participate becomes a valid reason to spike a story, we have effectively handed them a kill switch for any reporting they find inconvenient. If the standard for airing a story becomes the government must agree to be interviewed, then the government effectively gains control over 60 Minutes broadcast. We go from an investigative powerhouse to a stenographer for the state. These men risk their lives to speak with us. We have a moral and professional obligation to the sources who entrusted us with their stories. Abandoning them now is a betrayal of the most basic tenet of journalism, giving voice to the voiceless. CBS spiked the Jeffrey Wigand interview due to legal concerns, nearly destroying the credibility of this broadcast. It took years to recover from that low point by pulling this story to shield the administration. We are repeating that history, but for political optics rather than legal ones. We have been promoting this story on social media for days. Our viewers are expecting it. When it fails to air without a credible explanation, the public will correctly identify this as corporate censorship. We are trading 50 years of gold standard reputation for a single week of political quiet. I care too much about this broadcast to watch it be dismantled without a fight. Sharon. Oh yeah, and Barry Weiss, you're a fucking coward.